NorthJerseySports.com's original multimedia series. Sitting here in a strange environment, an empty classroom at Riverdale High School during the Hoops for Autism basketball tournament on a Sunday afternoon. And the reason that we pulled some people out of the gym here was to talk about a Division I scholarship being offered to Secaucus' own Julia McClure. Julia, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm sure relief is probably the biggest emotion you're feeling, or maybe it is. You can tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But just talk about the honor that it is to sign a Division I scholarship.
I'm honored. Yeah, it was my dream since I was a little girl, so I'm relieved that it's finally over. But
talk about the recruiting process, because I know for you there were some anxious times. I mean, you've had a great career, volleyball player of the year this year, state champion in volleyball. You've had a great, now going into your 4 years as a basketball player. So, and it came down to the wire here. So talk about what was going through your mind and all this lead up to all this stuff.
Three sports, I thought that would be, I guess, an asset I would have, but playing three sports actually made it more difficult in the recruiting process, and I didn't really have that many looking at me.
And, I would use I'm going to need a beep in this because that is bull blank. The fact that, it's held against you that you played three sports, because really that's what you should be doing. If you look back at your high school career, could you think of not playing three sports and just concentrating on one?
No. I can't see myself playing only one.
Yeah.
I'm still going to see if I could even look into softball at Wagner as well.
That'd be cool. So we're also here with the brain trust of the Secaucus girls basketball program. Michael DeSimone is yawning as I get ready to introduce him. And we're also with the head coach, John Sterling. And John, this has to be great for you because you've coached a long time, Pagoda, Woodridge. You've coached many great players. And again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is your first Division I women's basketball player, and that has to be a great feeling for you.
I'm so happy for Julia, and it is the first Division I player that I've coached, and I'm not surprised that she is the first to get it. With the intensity at which she plays, I don't understand why more coaches weren't in asking me right away, would you please get her to come to their school? But we're happy that Wagner came and offered her, and I think she's going to have a fabulous career there.
You've seen it now on this Group 1 level, and I love Group 1 basketball. I'm a small school guy. We've been over that a zillion times. But, is there I don't want to say the word bias against, in the broader issue of kids leaving, to go to different places where they think they can get looked at? Do you think how do you feel on the whole situation? And, and this is me speaking, this is nobody from Secaucus speaking, but, St. Peter's College should have been in. I can name you 10 schools, Fairleigh Dickinson, other ones that should have been on her since her sophomore year. Forget about, late game senior year. So you talk about it from your perspective.
I don't think there's necessarily a Group 1 or a small school bias, but I know there's a definite bias because of size. Julia, we list her at 5'8", and that's a bit of an exaggeration. But
let me get out the program for the Hoops of Autism. Yes, 5'8".
And I said over and over again, and I had many conversations with her dad, and if she was 5'11", every school in the country would be, asking her to come play or whatever. And college coaches, for some reason, automatically go size first. I've seen it in football over many years and basketball so many times. But, I think that's what the bias is because of her size. We know she plays much bigger than she is, and she plays as tough as you could play. But if she had 3 or 4 more inches, she would have a choice of any school she wanted to go to.
Yeah, and on the other side of it, this is actually a victory for the small schools because a girl like Julia could have gone to a zillion other places. People, parochial schools all around would have opened their doors to her. She stayed home. She played 3 sports, had a great, 12 varsity letters, which is ridiculous.
Right.
And then, was rewarded with a Division I scholarship. So it shows that it works that way too. So for you, what do you think are the next steps going forward here? I mean, you got no pressure on you for the rest of your high school career. You can just run around and play. And then what do you think you got to do to get ready for the next level?
I think I just have to work hard in the off season after we hopefully win a championship here.
A basketball championship would be huge. I talked to you after you won the volleyball championship. There was an open spot in the wall now filled.
Yes.
What do you feel about basketball season? And talk about, also with Andy Lennon, right? She's a scholarship player, going to Division II. So that's 2 for you this year, Coach, which is great. 2 kids not paying to go to college is awesome. But talk about what you guys are hoping to get out of this senior year.
We're hoping, obviously, to make a run at the county championship and state, of course. We don't have either of those, so it would be a great accomplishment if we win that.
And what would you like to say about Michael DeSimone, the man behind, really, the guy that pulls all the strings?
He's the man.
Mona, what do you have to say on the situation? I know you're the press agent for the Secaucus girls basketball program, and this is huge for you too. I mean, you've seen her grow from skinny freshman to aggressive, angry senior on the basketball court, I'm speaking, of course. But, just talk about watching this whole progression happen.
I think it's great.
Is that really all you're going to say? It's great?
No. It's very well deserved. She, like Coach Sterling said, Julie is, coaches tend to slight kids like Julie because, she's only 5'8", but, she's well deserving of a Division I scholarship core. I mean, she could play, with anybody, I think. They play a good schedule. I mean, she's going to make them a lot better, and there's no doubt about it. I can't wait to watch her play over there.
Yeah, and that brings up a good question, too. Now, you're going to play in the NEC. A lot of local teams are in the NEC. A lot of local teams that didn't offer you a scholarship. When you go to, say, the Rothman Center on a freezing night for league play in the NEC, does that serve as motivation? Like, not that you would have gone there if they did offer you, but they didn't offer you.
Definitely, yeah, because I'm still shocked that I didn't have anything, so I want them to kind of notice me and realize that I am a local player when they look on the paper.
All right, well said. This was interesting. Congratulations again, and go out and beat High Point. I can say that because I don't even really know where High Point is.
Thank you.
Follow the leader.